Well, dude, I've only seen maybe 3 of the Friday the 13th movies.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, Jason.
this is what we're talking about.
Oh my God. I gotta write that down.
You've got to educate me, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. I've seen.
So the Kane Hodder Jasons, basically.
Yeah, I've seen those. I think.
Well,
I've seen the one where they go to space. Jason X.
no. Well, oh God, man, no. I'm writing you. I'm giving you homework right now. This is fucking ridiculous. No.
Welcome back
To our show.
That was good, man.
Nice.
That was a good sound effect right there.
Cool.
Should we make our own sound effects, or should we just do what everybody else does and get them online? Because it's easier and saves a bunch of time.
It's a secret.
Probably do that. Just talking to the tip. Just the tip.
Hello?
So for this first one, we just kind of wanted to talk about how we got into horror as children, favorite movies, moments, things we remember, little things.
Yeah.
We got our action figures here.
Well, your action
my
figures.
action figures.
I didn't
That's the
bring my
thing.
action figures today.
You have a ton more action figures than me.
Well, only horror.
Yeah, did you ever collect anything?
Oh
other than
yeah,
horror
the
action?
movie Maniacs, of course.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane, man, Spawn. I still have some laying around. I just I haven't like really dug for them, but I still have the Jason vs. Freddy fucking movie Maniac, like the compilation little pack thing. But I got the extra blood one because I was working at Toys R Us at the time. I was like 16.
Comes with extra blood.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sick.
I think the difference between me and you is, like, you saw horror immediately and you knew, you were like, that's for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right off the bat.
Right. See, I think for me it just kind of happened by accident because my mom was kind of strict with what she would let me watch. I remember when I was a kid having babysitters that would bring over horror movies when I was far too young to watch them. Remember mom and pop video stores?
Video Thunder, Suncoast, or no.
Yeah, or just the ones that were like in your neighborhood, like in Clerks, basically.
Yeah.
Like that video store. And then, so we had Top 20 Video. It was right down the street. There was a roast beef place, Vietnamese nail salon, Top 20 Video, convenience store, Dunkin' Donuts. It was the best block of stores. And we would go every Friday and rent movies at Top 20. And if they didn't have it, we'd go into town and go to Blockbuster. So my babysitters would always stop there first. And I remember one night them bringing over Candyman.
Oh yeah.
I must have been probably 6 at the time, something like that. Or maybe my math is off, but yeah, probably around 6. And I watched a good chunk of that movie when I was not supposed to. And I could not fucking sleep for nights.
Oh,
like,
man.
But that didn't really get me into horror. That just like introduced me to that feeling of being friggin' terrified. You know what I mean? Like, and then I had this friend when I was a kid. I won't say his name. Not like he did anything. That guy,
what the fuck?
that friend is dead. No. He went on to, no. We used to have sleepovers at his house. He lived right down the street. And this kid, he was an only child, really smart kid, did really well in school. So I think that's why his mom would just let him watch whatever the hell he wanted. Like, I'm talking like when you went into this kid's room, we were 8 at the time, 8 or 9, 3rd, 4th grade. And he would have like Playboys in his room.
Oh, geez.
Not hidden.
Yeah.
Just out.
Wow.
And I'd be like, dude, what the hell's up with that?
Yeah.
And he's like, what? My mom knows about them. And I'm like, this is fucking amazing. So she took us to the video store when we had a sleepover and let us pick out whatever we want, you know, and I'm looking at, I'm like, dude, we could get action films, we get whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, hold on. And he goes and he picks Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. Bordello of Blood.
Bordello of Blood.
And
really
Don't
good.
Be a Menace in South Central while
Nice.
drinking your juice in the hood.
Yeah,
Now,
perfect.
Three
Perfect.
movies that 8-year-olds should not be fucking watching at all.
Yeah.
We get home, we put on I think we put on Bordello of Blood first. And if you know anything about that movie, there's titties everywhere. And his mom's in the kitchen just like doing stuff, cleaning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, do you see what's on TV? She'd walk by and be like, "Oh, you guys," like that, and I'm like, "This is the greatest day of my life." And then, of course, I actually had this on DVD still. Jason Goes to Hell. I wish I had Bordello of Blood. But yeah, then we watched this. There's an incredibly graphic sex scene that's like right at the beginning in the tent.
Oh yeah.
And then he sticks the metal thing through the chick's chest while she's riding the guy.
Yeah.
This one actually, believe it or not, you watch it now, it's ridiculous, but this kept me up at night too. So that, I think, kind of first unlocked my love for horror movies. And then, after that, cut to like 2-3 years later, I fell in love with the Scream movies like you would not believe.
Yeah.
Like,
Scream was pretty good.
I was fucking obsessed. I got them on everything. I got them on. It's like the original VHS of Scream. I got it on.
Just found that today.
This thing is in like pristine condition from when I think I ordered this before I owned a DVD player. I just wanted to have it in my home. But so yeah, that's kind of like where my love of horror came. And then after that, age 10, 11, 12, all I wanted to do was like make a horror movie.
No.
To the point where I went so far as to create a homemade mask when I was like 10 or 11. I had no idea what the movie was going to be
I've
called.
worn that mask.
You've worn this before, yeah, exactly. I had no idea what the movie was going to be called, what the killer was going to be, anything like that. But all I knew is that
face killer.
yeah, I think I used a screen that I found in the basement, and I think one of my mom's old leather jackets, like that fake leather. But you know what? I gotta say, it's still pretty cool looking.
No, it's still dope.
This
I mean,
thing
it's
is-
lasted through time.
It's 20 years old,
Yeah,
something like
Jesus.
that. How old are we?
30, mid-30s.
30s. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then once I discovered the horror, like the zombie genre, and Evil Dead, of course, I got my
Oh yeah, you just need that. Yeah, you need the Sam Raimi collection.
I got my Army of Darkness Boomstick edition, which I think I've bought twice because it got stolen at our.
Oh, I've bought it so many. I don't even want to talk about it. Like,
You
I
lose
bought it
DVDs
so-
and relationships.
Oh my god. Oh, done.
Yeah, I remember getting this at Best Buy back in the early 2000s. Probably in high school. And then when we lived together in college, and I think this was one of the ones that got stolen. Either that or somebody was like, "Can I borrow this?" And then I was like, "Yeah." And I knew,
Yeah,
You're never
that
gonna
was,
see it again.
That was My whole family, like literally, we since I was a kid, was always just horror. From my grandfather to my mother to
Really?
like everybody. Oh yeah, we all watch horror. So
shit.
when my aunt would babysit us, it was always like like movie night.
Right.
So like Fridays or Saturdays, we'd go there. And I just remember the first actual movie I saw was Return of the Living Dead.
That was your first horror movie?
That was the first, and like I knew I fell in love with it immediately. Like just the makeup, like campy horror. I mean, and like I just kind of grew up with just kind of like the skateboarding, punk rock edging,
punk
like,
rocks.
yeah, exactly.
Punk rockers.
But I mean, that was early age, so like that definitely opened my brain up into skateboarding and all that stuff like that. Zombie movies, I knew I loved just like anything perfect, like even like Voorhees, like Jason Voorhees and stuff like that, like Friday the 13th, like obsessed. I remember, like I'd go buy a movie every Friday. Like I'd work at this little Italian restaurant when I was like 14, 15, get like $20 a week, and then I'd go down the street to the mall. It'd be like Suncoast Video, and I'd pick up like just literally any DVD until I started getting in, or horror DVDs, but until I started getting into collections, and like I would just spend all my money just there. That was my I didn't
Back before you had bills.
I was like, shit, I didn't save anything.
This was like pre-driving.
Like
and stuff
I don't know
like
how,
that.
but I had and also to get into that, I stumbled across Dead Alive, because I'd like been obsessed with the Friday the 13th franchise, Tales from the Crypt,
Now you saw those when you were younger?
Oh yeah,
That Friday the 13th?
Creep Show and stuff like that. Like Creep Show was another movie I saw at my aunt's house.
See, that's
you know what I
so
mean?
sick.
And like I just remember the colors being like the cinematography like was just perfect. Like the lightings of the face, the expressions, the emotions. They made it like comic booky and kind of
Right.
campy. Like there'd just be that subtle, same like Tales from the Crypt. There'd just be that subtle like twist. You know what I mean? Well, it's Stephen King and George Romero, and then Tom Savini did some of the makeup. And stuff
Right,
like
because
that.
I remember watching it with you when we lived together.
Oh
and
yeah, I was
think
obsessed with it.
That's the last time I seen that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to rewatch.
Once
that.
again, I'm ashamed. I'm a disgrace. The
No,
horror fans
no.
everywhere.
No, there's no disgrace. It's just get into good ones.
Get into good ones.
I'm gonna learn so much just from doing this
Yeah.
with you. You know,
Oh yeah,
like
and I get to recollect.
yeah. Are you gonna seriously try to rebuild your
Oh yeah,
your DVD collection?
through the movies we talk about. Yeah,
Wow. Okay, so you're gonna use that as the motivation
Yeah.
to go rebuy them.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, I bet
But,
we could go to friggin' Newbury Comics right after this, and they still have used DVDs over there.
Oh yeah, trust me, I would like to get that alive back.
I wanted to get back to what you were saying about your family, because that's really interesting to me. Other than like my Uncle Joe, who I think got me into movies as a whole.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get him on at some point. I don't think anybody else in my family was really into horror, like specifically. Like my dad would watch fucking Stallone movies and stuff, like every other dad.
Well, I mean, you've met my cousin Alicia, and like,
You're right, yeah.
literally same thing. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, I think we're gonna like check out Return of the Living Dead. And she's like, dude, remember when we used to watch that when we were younger? I'm like, yeah, obviously it was at your mom's house.
But
Like,
you said like your grandparents too were into horror.
oh yeah, my grandfather was like
the
one
the
who got us-
grandmother that I met.
Yeah, grandma,
Gima?
Gima, and everybody. Yeah,
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah. She still watches true crime till this day and stuff like that.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, and the supernatural. She calls me when Ghost Adventures and on. I'm like, all right, grandma.
Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Jima, I know.
Shima.
Yeah.
Now she's from Japan, right?
Oh yeah.
You ever show her audition?
No, not at all.
You don't think she'd like it?
She might. She'll say it's beautiful.
Takashi Miike. So your mom's into horror too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She loves it. Like I pretty much everything Return of the Living Dead, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, like you name it. I like Overdrive, Maximum Overdrive, like Predator, Alien.
Your mom got you into those?
Oh yeah, we would all of us would watch this stuff.
Okay, so
like,
you're-
and I got into Tales from the Crypt because of my grandfather and shit like that, because he'd just do the late night, like watch the TV and stuff, and I'd be getting babysat by them, and that'd be on all night, and he'd let we're all night owls. We just stay up and watch horror movies.
How old were you when they would show you these movies?
Fuck, I don't even have to recall. It's just been the whole time.
Oh my god. See? All right, so
Yeah.
you were very much like my buddy that I was talking about.
Yeah, but
Just
it was just always there. There was
no
always
rules.
or someone was talking about horror. Like that's why like going to Auntie Ree's house was the best, because it'd be like, oh, we're gonna watch all these,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like she had a bundle of VHSs that she'd just buy like once a week too. Like that's where I got probably that shit. But
That's great.
yeah, and like so it was kind of cool, just always collecting.
So while I was watching Ninja Turtles and Star Wars and
Oh, I still watch Star Wars.
Yeah,
like
okay.
yeah, I got all those in between this, of course.
those
But,
were
like,
allowed in my house.
Yeah,
But, you know.
yeah, I definitely, of course. Come on, Ninja Turtles, like what the?
All right.
But no, I was a normal child. But,
Okay. All right.
but horror would just like desensitize, like that would be our comfort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like that's what we did.
See, I feel like maybe that would have been better for me as a kid if
Yeah.
I had seen more. Because just a little bit was enough to screw me up for
Yeah.
weeks. Candyman. God damn you, Candyman.
Oh, the first movie that fucked me up was probably It. Like,
It?
oh man,
The
I was
the
afraid
TV
to
version?
take a shower. Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and like that traumatized me, and for some reason, Jaws, Bruce,
Dude,
fucking Bruce.
that is awesome that you just mentioned Jaws.
I
So,
was afraid to like go to the bathroom. Like
that was
I had to
Jaws,
have been at least 7 or 8. Yeah,
which is definitely a horror movie.
yeah.
The first,
Oh,
the first
yeah.
one at least. My mom showed me Jaws.
Yeah.
But
So
here-
yeah.
Here's the thing about my mom is like her intentions were always great, but she's not the biggest movie person, like not the
yeah.
biggest movie nerd. So she took us to Blockbuster to rent Jaws. She would ask us, you ever see Jaws? And I'm like, well, I'm 8 years old, so anything I've seen, you showed it to me. So why are you asking if I've seen Jaws? I'm always with you. Like, so she took us to Blockbuster, and she's looking at the Jaws movies, and she got Jaws: The Revenge.
And you're like
it didn't occur to her that maybe the first one was just Jaws. Like, she's looking at the number. She goes, well, it can't be 2 and it can't be 3 because those came out clearly. Those are sequels. She got Jaws: The Revenge, and I'm a little kid. I'm over looking at the candy and stuff like that. So I saw Jaws: The Revenge first.
No.
And then like a year went by, and my dad was watching us, and he put on the first Jaws.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
That happened to me with Predator 2.
Oh, you saw Predator 2 first?
I saw Predator 2 first.
Dude, she did the same thing with Star Wars. She rented Return of the Jedi first.
It's still good.
Looking back, she was very busy. She was a single mom trying to raise 2 kids in a new house by herself.
Stress, yeah.
Yeah, like my dad bailed, and that was not part of the plan. So she's doing what she can, but still, come on,
Get it right.
There's one called Star Wars, and then there's one, whatever. I'm just saying.
Return usually.
Return usually implies
before.
Yeah, but
there's a before,
Yeah. Both, revenge and return are in the title. So enough bashing.
But actually, you know what? It's Return of the Living Dead is the first movie of all of them, and then there's Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
But Return of the Living Dead is...
Don't watch anything after Part 2.
Well, yeah, I think Andy told me that.
Yeah, do not watch anything.
Not so great.
Those don't exist. They went off to another dimension.
Return of the Living Dead exists in a world where zombie movies exist. So it's like they mention Night of the Living Dead. The return part actually makes sense. Because do you have a favorite?
Creepshow.
Creepshow is your favorite?
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, it's more of like emotion or like how,
the nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia.
Like the way it makes you feel.
Sound effects or or like the makeup, the special effects makeup, like the cinematography, like just the way it's like I don't know. Some movies just nail it, and like others are just like, oh, it should have been good, but like
if it's on, will you always watch it?
Oh yeah.
Or is it just like I don't feel like?
Oh no, I'll watch it.
If it
it's like a trance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like another. Yeah.
I think I'm like that with The Thing.
Yeah. Oh, Sam. Oh, John. Oh, yeah. John Carpenter.
The Thing, I think, might be my favorite.
Oh, John Carpenter's great. His music's, I love it.
And dude, the reason I know that movie is my true favorite, I think, is because I saw it as a grown-up.
Oh,
I didn't see it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So that movie had been out.
Also,
when did that come out? 82.
Also, it's like animatronics and special effects makeup.
Right.
So there's no CGI.
But it holds up.
Yeah.
It
still holds up. Yeah. Amazing.
Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, I remember when I first saw The Thing, I must have been, I was in like the partying days in my early 20s. It was on Halloween night, and we were waiting to go out. Remember, like in your early 20s, you'd go out at like midnight?
Yeah.
Like that's when the night would start.
Find like Bickfords or some shit.
Or just look for a house party.
Or just drive around, yeah.
Right. Like, so we
Super bad. No.
Exactly. We're sitting there waiting for the calls and being like, all right, whose house are we going to go drink at tonight and play beer pong and stuff? And while we were waiting, Andy and Rich were both like, wait, you never seen The Thing? I had never seen it. And they grew up watching it, and they were like, all right, real quick, we'll just throw it on while we're waiting for whoever. And we didn't even go out that night. We ended up just watching the whole movie. And I remember being so into it. Yeah. Like, being like, how have I never seen this movie?
I hate to admit it, but I remember when Resident Evil came out.
The first,
it was like
Paul
that.
W.S. Anderson,
yeah,
Resident
like
Evil?
I just couldn't wait for it to come out. Obsessed over it. And then it was kind of like disappointing.
It was.
Yes.
Age 12, 13, I started playing Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2, to be exact.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's my favorite. After that, it was just zombies. I wanted to get zombie tattoos. All I did was draw zombies. How did you feel when you found out that they were remaking Dawn of the Dead?
I mean,
Zack Snyder.
When I first heard it, I just went and saw it, and it was amazing because I got to see that in theaters, and just everything was like me. It was like the gore was cool, everything. Like I didn't really have an indifference for it.
Did you have high hopes, or were you like, this is gonna suck?
I was pumped about it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, at that time, like I didn't think I'd be excited for like something like that, but then I saw the remake of the Day of the Dead. Like they tried to push on, and it was just like no.
That
should
was
have
like,
stopped.
was that like a direct to streaming movie or that
I
didn't
think,
come out
yeah,
in theaters,
it
did
didn't.
it?
Yeah, no, it was like, yeah, exactly.
I think I remember scrolling past that and then looking it
Yeah.
up online and being like, oh, this is kind of a piece of shit. But to be fair, I haven't watched it, so
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
yeah.
I remember hearing they were remaking Dawn of the Dead, and what was that, 2005, something like that? See, this is what's so great about having physical media. I mean, 2004. And I remember being a little skeptical. I did not know much about Zack Snyder at the time. Yeah, I remember going to see it with Andy and being friggin' blown away by it.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Like,
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, there was definitely a couple, like the zombie baby.
the zombie baby.
But I mean, other than that, it was going good.
Yeah, the zombie baby. Okay, yeah. So his rules for turning into a zombie, I think those are my favorite zombie rules.
Yeah.
Like in terms of how, because if you go through all the like movies and shows, they're all kind of different. And I think we're going to be doing Dead Alive and Return of the Living Dead. We're going to be kind of doing
Definitely.
a retrospect
Oh,
on those
yeah.
movies, which embarrassingly I had never seen either of those, and I call myself a horror fan. You're going to see a lot of that in the show. I have not seen a lot of movies that are, legendary.
Hopefully, I can guide you in the right direction.
Yeah, he's going to be kind of opening my eyes to a lot. But yeah, the zombie rules in those movies, like having just watched them for the show, fucking amazing. Then you got, The Walking Dead. Everyone turns into a zombie once they die.
Yeah, it's like
right?
Airborne. Yeah.
Airborne. Romero-verse. How do the zombies work in that?
Yeah.
You have to get bit,
Well,
but if you get killed, do you turn into one?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But also,
Wait, no, because you do though. Because anything dead in Night of the Living Dead came up. out
No,
of the
but you
ground.
still had to shoot them in the head.
Right, but when it started as an airborne thing, right?
I think so too. Yeah.
Because then that carries over to Return of the Living Dead.
No, well, so Return of the Living Dead, you can't kill them.
You can't kill them at all.
Yeah,
right.
at all. So
Right,
it's
right,
different.
right.
It's not, and those aren't even Romero zombies.
Right, because we will be talking about that.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite parts where they go,
Yeah.
it worked in
It's
the
a different-
movie.
I thought you said if we destroyed the brain, it'd die. It worked in the movie! Well, it ain't working now.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different.
You
it's
told
a
me it
whole
was-
different element. Yeah.
But yeah, Zack Snyder, I think that the Dawn of the Dead remake, if you get killed without being bit, you're not a zombie. In the baby scene, they shoot the dude from 8 Mile.
Yeah, but then the mother
And
was
he
bitten.
doesn't get back up. And I remember the older woman says, "Is it?"
No,
when
she
they're-
died too. Like the bullet. Well, yeah, getting shot. They both died of gun wounds. They didn't come back.
Well, the mom did while she was giving birth.
Yeah, because she got bit.
She got
Remember?
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the dad never got bit. And I remember when they're inspecting the aftermath of it, because
Yeah.
he shoots the old lady.
Yeah.
Wait.
Sarah Pauli's character says, "There's no bite marks on them. Don't worry. They
Yeah.
they died of
Oh, yeah.
gunshot wounds."
Yeah.
So that's why the baby part made me think of that. Yeah.
Oh, there'll be another zombie baby.
Did you not like the zombie baby, or
I
thought
mean,
it was interesting.
It was interesting, exactly. But I mean, like I said, I've seen movies with other zombie babies.
Yes. And now I have two for the first time.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Yeah, I thought the zombie baby was the perfect amount.
yeah.
It's like horrifying to reveal it, and then it goes, and then bang.
Yeah, but it was all CGI. Like, why not just make a
I thought
fake
they did.
zombie? No,
They didn't make a zombie-
No,
the-
it's CGI. It had like that little like glow. Like I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
I figured they had like
You know
a
what I
dummy
mean.
at some point.
No,
I don't feel like looking it up, so I'm not going.
There was another zombie trilogy that I was talking about. You actually showed me it. It was a TV series. Big Brother.
Dead Set.
Dead Set.
Dead
yeah,
Set,
yeah.
dude.
That was a great. Like after a while, like the zombies kind of were falling off in between like the 2000s or whatever.
Yeah, when did that come out?
Walking Dead was like the only good special effects. Like not. I should.
look
That's a
that up
bold
right
statement. I shouldn't say that. There were some good ones, but like Dead Set was pretty cool to check out.
That one snuck up on it. British zombie horror show, 2008. So The Walking Dead wasn't even on yet.
Yeah, but 2005 was when Dawn of the Dead came out, right? The
2004,
remake?
yeah.
Yeah, so exactly. Right when we were graduating.
Okay, so 2 years later, Walking Dead dropped. But yeah, Dead Set, that was like a limited TV series in on BBC or in England. And so I think that was another one where I hadn't really heard of it. And I think maybe Andy turned me on to it. He's a friend. I keep mentioning Andy, but he's a close friend of ours who's also really into movies.
Yep.
I completely slept on that.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I was like, how did I never see this?
Yeah.
Really, really good. Running zombies.
It's crazy because to see how the zombies progressed around that era, it's like all of a sudden it went from like dragging, decaying to fucking like, nah, we're gonna fucking run. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
and that's what's like, that's like a
Our boy here.
28 Days Later,
Yeah,
of course,
friggin',
the Rage Zombies.
Danny Boyle.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what set off the whole running thing. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
there's... Well, actually, I mean, looking back, they ran in Return of the Living Dead, but they also freaking talked.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what I mean?
intelligent, like, send more paramedics.
Send more paramedics.
Where that's where I went. I threw my hands up and I went, oh, so they just talk.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're just straight up. Like they even give an explanation.
Hey, part 2 is fucking really good. Like,
Part
as
2 is
well.
good?
I mean, if you're looking for the campy horror, it's perfect. Same thing. Evil Dead. Evil Dead was another thing I saw at my aunt's house. It was just natural. Like, no matter where I was getting when I was younger, growing up, there was always
Always
someone
horror.
watching a horror, and I found literally everything I've had. To. Like
Always
Killer
horror.
Clowns from Outer Space, was another one. Like, you know, just like we were either obsessed watching that.
Who made Killer Clowns? I think every single friendship that I've had throughout my life had some tie to movies. Like
Oh yeah.
that dude that I was talking about elementary school with that first dude. My second friend, oh my God. I think that's where I got these. I had a friend, Danny. I hope he listens to this. This would be hilarious. He'll know what I'm talking about.
Hi, Danny.
He was so big into movies. He was kind of like my second, like, really close friend. But he had an uncle who worked in the business, who worked in Hollywood.
Oh no shit.
Oh my God. He hung out with us one day when we were 11 or 12, and we shot a movie like on a handy cam. And he was showing us little tricks. Like we did, we had I think the plot was like an alien spaceship landed. Something got out. Monsters came out of the spaceship. We did a special effects trick. Remember the hands that you would get at Toys R Us?
Yeah.
They had the Terminator hand and
Yeah.
the bone hand.
Yeah.
Where you would use.
Oh
your
yeah, I
fingers.
remember the.
Remember those? We did one
so
where
dope.
we opened it up, we taped it onto my chest like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
And we did a special effect where, you know, the killer, you know, rammed his hand through my chest, put the shirt around it, covered it in blood, you know, did the whole thing. We shot this all around the town we're in right now, like over on School Street. We shot some of this. We did it like in the fall when the leaves were everywhere. It was amazing. Shot some over at the res, some at the pond.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna look him up after.
It's funny how long we've actually just chilled in those areas growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, growing up in the suburbs, it's like you always have woods around you.
Yeah.
You know,
woods,
at least a little patch of woods.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're getting smaller and smaller. But yeah, there's always a little area where you could shoot something. You
Yeah.
know, which as you'll see in our trailer / short, we shot right over by where you live. You know what? Right now, I guarantee there's a clip of it playing.
Right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right around this area. Forever.
Yep, I would say Jason Voorhees is my favorite.
Favorite killer?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Favorite killer.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, we should just go down the list. Favorite killer, favorite.
Patrick Bateman's pretty good.
Patrick Bateman.
Insanity.
I mean, does Ghostface? No, Ghostface. You'd have to pick a specific Ghostface.
He's still good, but he's still just a slasher. Another slasher. So, you like slashers?
Yeah, I guess so.
You
I don't know what it is with Scream.
I'm more of a monster guy, but
Yeah.
I do like my slashers. But Jason's also kind of a monster.
Jason's
You know,
definitely a monster.
He's like supernatural.
I mean-
he's a zombie.
After what? The fourth or fifth movie when he gets struck by lightning, he becomes a legit
Well,
zombie.
that's what actually Tom Matthews is actually in Return of the Living Dead.
Who's Tom Matthews?
He's Jason.
Pre-Kane Hodder Jason? Did he play him?
No, he's Tommy Jarvis.
Oh.
Yeah, Tom Matthews. Sorry, he's gonna edit that out.
I thought Tommy Jarvis was
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman,
as a
right?
kid, but then he grows up. So yeah.
Well, dude, I've only seen maybe 3 of the Friday the 13th movies.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, Jason.
This is what we're talking about.
Oh my
This is-
God. Now I gotta write that down.
You've got to educate me, man. All right. Let's see. I've seen.
So the Kane Hodder Jasons, basically.
Yeah, I've seen those. I think.
Well,
I've seen the one where they go to space. Jason X.
no. Well, oh god, man, no. I'm writing you. I'm giving you homework right now. This is fucking ridiculous. No.
I've seen.
No.
I've seen the
No.
first and second Halloween. Halloween 1 and 2, and the one where it's like trick or treat, motherfucker.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
H2O.
The one where
Halloween 20th anniversary.
who sings "Give Me Some More"? Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes kicks in the door and he's like,
oh, that was
they tried to make a reality show.
yeah, they had like the POV cams everywhere. Yeah. Oh man.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was Coolio. I don't know.
No, that wasn't Coolio. That was Busta Rhymes, wasn't it? Yeah, because LL Cool J is an H2O. That's when they were putting
he's
rappers in movies.
wasn't he like the security guard?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Or orderly.
Yeah, something like. Oh,
Not to
man.
be confused
So now
with-
I have to rewatch that.
Not
so
to be
that's
confused
another-
with Deep Blue Sea, where he's the cook. I don't think I have anything to show you in terms of horror movies.
I'm only giving you the ones that I like personally like. I obviously love the franchise, but I personally like these ones, and you're gonna watch them.
My favorite, Jason Goes to Hell, actually does call
That's
back.
your favorite. Oh man.
That's not,
Oh man.
Here's my. You know which one's my favorite? The remake.
I did like that.
I
but
thought the remake was
the
good.
school bus.
School bus?
He's like domesticated. I live in a school bus underground, and I hold hostages now.
Did he live in a school bus?
Yeah.
It had Padalecki in it, the dude from Supernatural.
I don't know.
You don't watch
actors.
Supernatural?
I did see Supernatural.
Yeah,
but-
one of the brothers from Supernatural. He's in the Friday the 13th remake.
Oh man, Sam or
Sam.
Yeah. Okay.
Sam
yeah.
and Dean. It was
yeah,
Sam.
Sam and Dean. That's
Yeah.
right. Yep. I haven't seen that.
And the dude from Veronica Mars. Well,
I should go back to Supernatural, but I kind of lost interest when it got like religion-ish.
that's a really fun show.
Not that I'm against any religions
I-
or anything, but like I just I don't know, demons and angels.
You don't like
like
the demons
I
and
just
stuff?
don't do. Yeah, I don't know. But some movies I do like as demons. Like I do like demon movies, but something it just knocks. It puts me out of like my interest. I don't know.
Yeah.
My zone. I'm like, eh.
I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. I like Possession.
Possessions. Yeah.
I like Black.
Black-eyed children.
No. Contact lenses. They always do that for
Yeah.
demons in movies. You know.
Damn.
Ooh, we should do that for an episode. We should get some contact lenses and makeup.
That'd be fun.
Halloween episode. Halloween. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to do.
Oh.
Does that look good?
That's pretty sick. Wow. We are low budget.
This is haze in a can, bro. This is when you can't afford.
I love it. Hey, I like B movies. We're good.
You can't afford a haze machine. You buy a haze in a can.
Man.
So,
Fuck yeah.
One more
Oh,
time.
fuck yeah.
so yeah, we're gonna keep this with you. All right, and this is what we're gonna do. Just keep it with you. Ready? As we're doing the show, I'm gonna be like, haze me. No, back there, back there. Try that. Okay. So we're talking. Haze me. You'll get it. Don't worry. Never aim spray toward your face.
What?
Thank you.
It's been great, Berto. Oh, shit.
We should have sprayed this stuff at the beginning. It actually looks okay.
Yeah.
Oh well. You live and learn. You know.
Dead by Dawn.
Dead by dawn.
Dawn.
Well, guys, that's been a show. If you have any suggestions for movies to talk about or review or break down, leave them in the comments. What else? Video games, anything at all, artwork. Eventually, we're probably going to end up showing some of our artwork.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to get some of our original art. Actually, you got some over there. I don't know if it's actually picked up on camera. But yeah, I would like to do that. I'd like to get into all sorts of stuff. But as of right now, I'm Berto.
I'm Ronnie.
And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.